Hey gamers, how are you today? So today we're gonna learn how to paint Hobbits from Lord of the Rings miniature game. In this case I'm painting the figure of Frodo Baggins, but you can use this technique with any Hobbit. You just have to change basically the color of the waistcoat. For example, here with Frodo we'll paint it brown. For Mary it's yellow, if I remember in the movies, and different color with for Sam and Pippin. So anyway, for the first part we're gonna paint the jacket in bestial brown, and also the waistcoat for Frodo. I actually pre-recorded the video. I'm just commenting over it, just to try a new way of doing a tutorial. I don't know if it's easier for me or better for you. Just give me your opinion on what you think of this. So yeah, second coat of bestial brown on the jacket and then the waistcoat. A little tip you may already know, but for me I always use it to instead of waiting that the paint dries by itself. I'm using a hair dryer, an old one, so that yeah, it saves a lot of time when you're painting miniatures, because it's quicker than waiting for the paint to dry by itself. This miniature is pretty easy to paint. You know, there's no too much fancy painting stuff to do, but the only difficult part is that it's a really small miniature. As you can see it's the size of my thumbnail, so it's pretty small. And in one end, it's you can paint it quickly because you don't have much to paint, but on the other hand, sometimes it can be tricky to get all the details. But if you have a very nice pointy tip in your paintbrush, you'll be fine. So next I'm doing the pants in a scratch brown, and yeah, basically that's it, just the pants, and later on the hair. For those hair, I also painted in the same color. There it is. Bestial brown, it's flat brown from Vallejo, and Scotch brown, which is a German can brown. Next, as you can see, the miniature is kind of bent backwards. That's because when I got this from eBay, and okay, Knarlock green for the cape, or medium olive in the yellow range colors. Yeah, the miniature was broken actually when I got it at the feet, you know. Only the feet of the miniature was on the base, and the body was broken. So I glued it together, but when I used the hairdryer to dry the paint, it bends the glue, I guess. So that's why she looks. It's doing the moonwalk, not the moonwalk, but you know, it's bending backwards. And well, I noticed this later, and I corrected it, as you will see. Anyway, for the cape, yeah, in the movie they are not really that green. They are more like gray or bluish, green blue, you know. But I like it green, so you can do the color you want anyway. So yeah, basically that's medium olive or Knarlock green from Citadel, and I painted the whole cape, not forgetting the inside part of the cape also as well. Next, we're gonna paint the skin, so basic skin tone, elf flesh in this case in the Citadel range, or basic skin tone for model color of yellow. But can use actually what is called tarn flesh, something, you know, a darker flesh color. This one actually on the video looks like white, but it's kind of a pinky white, you know. But then later on we do a wash, so it will darken a little bit. But you can use any skin tone you prefer. I just use this one for a Hobbit, because they are kind of elfish creatures, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, painting the feet, the hands, and the face. Basic stuff. So as you can see now, almost everything is blocked out. Now I'm going to paint the sword with gunmetal, or bolt gunmetal from Citadel. Any metallic paint will do anyway. So there it is. Now it's dried. Now it's dry. And yeah, I'm gonna paint then in scorch brown the hair, Frodo's hair. because he has dark hair. So when painting the hair, try to make at the front at least some strokes so that we can see that it looks more or less like a hair, not like a helmet. You know what I mean? So yeah, as you can see, I'm trying to do that. First, I wanted to leave some of the paints like the ears, but then I noticed that he had long hair, so they are probably covered up, and there's actually no detail for the ears. It's all hair. So yeah, then I covered them with paint. See, that's the strokes I'm talking about. It's not that easy on a so small miniature, but try to do it. It will look better. Sorry. As you can see, it looks like he have hair and not a brown helmet on his head. So now it's dried. We're gonna we're gonna wash, use some wash on the miniature. First, we're gonna use Delven mud, and we only gonna put the wash on the body, legs, and the feet, but not on the cape, nor the face, nor the hands. Just the jacket, the pants, and also the feet, because you know they don't use shoes. They always walk like this, so it's okay to use some Delven mud. The, kind of dirty up the feet. So you know how to apply washes. Try to make sure you put the dark pools of wash into the recesses, like under the armpit, sorry, and the waistcoat, behind the jacket. Everywhere where there's shadow, try to put more wash in it. I'm also putting some wash on the Frodo's hair, but it doesn't really matter because it's so dark that you will not see it. But I like to do it, so I did. Then you just have to let it dry. So it's dry now. Now we're going to also use a wash, Trucca green on the cape, and it's the same as the body. Just make sure you put dark pools in the recesses and under the hood of the cape to make it more like shadows, look like shadows. See, under the hood and in these details, make sure there is a pool of green wash in it so that when it dries it looks like a shadow. Don't forget to do the front part of the cape as well. This is a trick to make sure it's easier to do. I mean, when you're drying your miniature, drying upside down so that the wash stay in the details, under the details. Then we're going to do the skin with the Griffon sepia, all the skin parts, the face, the hands, and the feet as well again. Make sure it stays in the details, but not too much, as you can see on the eye parts, under the nose, the neck, and the fingers, between the fingers, but not too much, otherwise it will have an orange face and not it will not look normal, you know. So now it's dried, banana black for the sword. So bestial brown to now highlight the jacket, only on the higher parts, not in the recesses. Leave the dark color behind try just to use the paint on the upper parts of the details. Now I'm doing some light strokes on the top of the feet, because you know hobbits have hair on their feet, so still brown to make it look like hair. Next we're gonna highlight the cape again with the medium olive, or Knarlock green, sorry, from Citadel. It's the same color as the base coat, basically, or you can use a lighter one if you prefer. It's also good. And again, just the upper parts of the details, not the crevices or the inside of the details. This will increase the contrast between the shadowy parts and the lighter parts, you know, and the details. It's all to make pop the details out even more. And to make sure that the miniature doesn't look like, you know, one plain color almost. So next, black, normal black, chaos black for Citadel, and we're gonna paint the eyes. This is a really small miniature again, so it's pretty hard, and I'm not very good with eyes. But in this case, for a Hobbit miniature, just do dots. Or you know, more like a line, not a line, but between a line, the eye shape more or less. But you don't need. What I mean is that you don't need white in it because it's so small. I also paint the eyebrow, which is important. It makes a more realistic look. And in this case, it's Frodo, so I try to put it more or less like a sad face. You know, because like in the movie, he's always crying. Oh, Sam, my dear Sam. So yeah, I thought it will look more like Frodo if he has like a sad face, as you can see in here. The left eye is kind of too big, so I'm gonna correct it later on. It will look better. Just with a bit of a skin tone on the nose, where there is too much black. I don't know if you can notice this. So yeah, as you can see now, it's finished. I have made the base, and I've corrected all the mistakes, like the eye, and that's it. Here's Frodo from Lord of the Ring, and it's actually any Hobbit. It's the same way to paint them. This is Gandalf that I painted before, just to compare the size. As you can see, Gandalf is a normal size miniature, and Frodo is a kind of small one. He's smaller than dwarf, so yeah. Another tip detail: use azurman blue on the blade, only on the blade of the the sword, because this is Frodo, so he's using a sting, you know, like in the movie or the books. It's Bilbo's sword, which glow blue when there is goblins around. So basically, when you're going to use this miniature for fighting, you'll probably be fighting goblins or other creatures, but I think because it's Frodo, give it a wash of blue on only on the blade, not on the rest of the sword, and it will have a little. It will give a little extra detail to recognize that it's Frodo, as you can see. So that's it for this tutorial. I hope you like this. I'll paint more Lord of the Ring miniature in the future, so keep tuned on my channel for more videos. Here's Gandalf again for the size comparison. And that's it for me. I hope you like it. Please subscribe for more videos, and thank you for watching, and see you on my next videos.